Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
Now that he's the big star, I couldn't reason with him.
Mel Novak, the steely-eyed actor best remembered for going toe-to-toe with Bruce Lee in Game of Death, passed away on April 9, 2025, at the age of 90 due to natural causes at a care facility in Southern California. Though often cast as the villain, Novak was anything but off-screen, a man of deep faith, quiet resilience, and boundless generosity. Born in 1934, Novak's film career took off in the 1970s with roles that demanded grit and danger. In Game of Death, he played the menacing sniper stick, famously holding a matchstick in his mouth as he squared off with Lee. He brought similar intensity to A Force of One with Chuck Norris and cult classics like Black Belt Jones. Known for performing his own stunts, Novak suffered numerous injuries throughout his decades-long career, and in his later years lived with daily pain from those physical sacrifices. Yet beyond the bruises and bold performances, Novak found purpose in giving back. For years, he spent weekends preaching on Skid Row, ministering in prisons, and offering hope to those forgotten by society. Friends like actress Lee Benton described him as a warrior for Christ whose spirit shone far brighter than the darkest characters he portrayed. Mel Novak is survived by his daughters, Nicole and Leah, and several grandchildren. To his family, fans, and those he uplifted through both art and ministry, he leaves behind a legacy of strength, compassion, and unwavering faith. Do you remember the first time you saw Game of Death? Share your favorite Mel Novak moments in the comments and help celebrate a man who gave everything, on screen and off, for the sake of something greater.
Love to see the smiles on people's faces. This is what I've been pursuing all my life.
Tan Ridley, the powerhouse vocalist who transformed New York City's subway platforms into concert halls, passed away on March 25, 2025, in New York City at the age of 72. Her family confirmed that she had been living with dementia since 2018, which led to her retirement from singing in recent years. Born on December 21, 1952, Alice began her professional life as a special education teacher in Brooklyn before following her heart into music. For over 3 decades, she performed in subway stations, particularly at Herald Square, captivating passers-by with soaring renditions of classics like I Will Survive and My Heart Will Go On. Her voice, filled with depth and soul, drew crowds and uplifted spirits in the most unexpected places. Her big break came in 2010 when she auditioned for America's Got Talent, delivering an unforgettable performance of At Last that carried her to the semifinals. Judge Howie Mandel called her voice heartwarming and moving, while Sharon Osbourne marveled at how such a talent could remain undiscovered for so long. Beyond her television appearances, Ridley won a 2007 Emmy for her role in the documentary Military Families, performed at Harlem's historic Cotton Club, and released her debut album Never Lost My Way in 2016. She was also featured in documentaries like Rise and Heights. Alice is survived by her children, including Academy Award nominee Gabourey Sidibe and several grandchildren. Her legacy lives on not just in recordings or televised moments, but in the memories of everyday people who once paused, smiled, and listened as her voice echoed through the city's tunnels. Did you ever hear Alice sing in the subway or see her on TV? Share your memories and help us celebrate the spirit of a woman who turned every note into a gift. Clem Burke was an American music icon, best known as the dynamic drummer who powered the heartbeat of Blondie. Born Clement Anthony Bazowski on November 24, 1954, in Bayonne, New Jersey, he joined the pioneering new wave band in 1975, shortly after its formation. With boundless energy and flair behind the drum kit, Burke helped shape some of the most beloved songs of the era, including Heart of Glass, Call Me, The Tide is High, and Rapture. His distinctive style combined power, precision, and a contagious passion for performance. Throughout his decades-long career, Burke worked with a wide range of musical legends, from the Ramones and Joan Jett to Bob Dylan and Iggy Pop. His versatility made him one of rock's most respected collaborators, known not only for his technical skill, but for his dedication and humility. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006 as a member of Blondie, an honor that recognized both his artistry and his lasting influence on popular music. Despite the demands of touring and performing well into his later years, Burke remained devoted to his craft. Behind the scenes, he faced a private and courageous battle with cancer, which ultimately led to his passing on April 7, 2025, at the age of 70. His strength and grace throughout this time spoke volumes about the man he was, resilient, committed, and deeply loved. Clem Burke's rhythm lives on in the songs that shaped a generation and the countless musicians he inspired. His legacy is one of excellence, endurance, and an unshakable beat that continues to echo in the hearts of fans around the world.
The piece of wire I put in that building is strictly up to code, inspected and approved.
Facing a new part is always a time of...
Richard Chamberlain, the legendary American actor whose career spanned over 6 decades, passed away on March 29, 2025, at the age of 90 due to complications following a stroke. Best known for his unforgettable portrayal of Father Ralph in the iconic miniseries The Thorn Birds, Chamberlain captured hearts with his powerful performances and magnetic screen presence. Born George Richard Chamberlain on March 31, 1934, in Los Angeles, California, he first rose to prominence in the 1960s as the charming Dr. Kildare in the medical drama Dr. Kildare. His good looks and sincere acting quickly earned him a devoted fan base, making him a household name and a beloved heartthrob. This role set the stage for a remarkable career in television, where he would go on to shine in unforgettable miniseries like Shogun and The Thorn Birds, roles that earned him multiple Golden Globe Awards and solidified his reputation as the king of the miniseries. Despite his immense success, Chamberlain faced personal struggles, particularly with his sexuality, which he kept private for many years due to the societal pressures of his time. However, in his later years, he bravely came out as gay, offering his truth to the world in a memoir that inspired many. In his final years, Chamberlain continued to bring his talents to both stage and screen, living in the peaceful surroundings of Hawaii with his longtime partner, Martin Rabbit. Throughout his career, Chamberlain not only captivated audiences, but also used his platform for important causes, such as environmental conservation. Richard Chamberlain's legacy lives on through his powerful performances, particularly in The Thorn Birds, where his portrayal of the conflicted Father Ralph left a lasting impact. His career and personal journey are a testament to the enduring strength of authenticity and love. Roberta Flack was a celebrated American singer and songwriter whose timeless voice captivated the hearts of millions. Born in Black Mountain, North Carolina in 1939, she rose to fame in the 1970s with her unforgettable songs like Killing Me Softly with his song and The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. Her music touched a deep chord with listeners, blending elements of soul, jazz, and R&B into a smooth, captivating sound that defined an era. Flack's career was built on both her stunning vocal talent and her ability to convey raw emotion through every note. Her rendition of The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face became an anthem after it was featured in Clint Eastwood's Play Misty for Me, 1971, propelling her to superstardom. Followed by Killing Me Softly, which became a worldwide hit, Flack earned multiple Grammy Awards, cementing her legacy as one of the greatest voices in American music. Despite facing personal losses, including the tragic death of her musical partner Donny Hathaway, Flack's career continued to thrive. Her music not only defined the 70s, but also transcended generations, influencing countless artists. In her later years, she bravely battled amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, yet her spirit and love for music never wavered. Flack passed away on February 24, 2025, at the age of 88, surrounded by her loved ones. Though her presence is no longer with us, her music lives on, reminding us of her unparalleled ability to convey the beauty of life and love through song. Her legacy as an artist, educator, and trailblazer in music will forever inspire and resonate with audiences around the world.
How many times have you heard someone say, stay in the car, and the guy doesn't? What happens?
Number 8, Kindergarten Cop.
Who is...
Breaking news. Today we shine the spotlight on one of Hollywood's most enduring and inspiring icons, not just for his roles on the big screen, but for his incredible journey through life, resilience in the face of health challenges, and his never-ending drive to serve and uplift others. At 76 years old, Arnold Schwarzenegger remains a symbol of strength, transformation, and purpose. But who is the man behind the muscles, the fame, the iconic catchphrases? What does it take to redefine yourself not once, but multiple times, across continents, careers, and personal trials? Let us take you on an emotional, powerful journey through the life of a man who became far more than a bodybuilder or a blockbuster hero. Born on July 30th, 1947, in the small village of Thal, Austria, Arnold grew up in a strict household, shaped by a father who believed in discipline above all else. It was not an easy childhood. Yet, even then, young Arnold was already dreaming big, of America, of glory, of something far greater than what surrounded him. That fire inside led him to the world of bodybuilding, where his work ethic and vision quickly set him apart. By the time he was 20, he had become the youngest Mr. Universe in history. From there, the world opened its doors. Hollywood soon came calling, and while many doubted whether a man with a thick accent and Herculean physique could carry a leading role, Arnold proved them wrong again and again. From Conan the Barbarian to the Terminator, Predator, and True Lies, he didn't just play heroes, he became one. And yet what truly defines Arnold Schwarzenegger is not just his box office success, but his ability to constantly evolve. After conquering Hollywood, he entered public service, becoming the 38th governor of California. In a world where celebrity often fades with time, Arnold only grew more influential, more respected, more grounded. But even real-life heroes face battles the world cannot always see. In recent years, Arnold has opened up about his genetic heart condition, a health journey that has included 3 open-heart surgeries and most recently, a pacemaker implant in 2024. With striking honesty, he shared on his Arnold's Pump Club podcast that scar tissue from previous surgeries had caused an irregular heartbeat. His doctors urged him to take action, and he did, proving once again that strength is not just in muscle, but in mindset. Last Monday, I had surgery to become a little bit more of a machine, he joked with characteristic optimism. But by Friday, I was already attending an environmental event with my friend Jane Fonda. Nobody would have guessed what I had just been through. That is classic Arnold. Unstoppable, unbreakable, and always looking forward. Despite being forced to pause his serious gym training for a short time, he made it clear. He will be back stronger than ever, ready to film the second season of his action series, FUBAR. He credited his team at the Cleveland Clinic for their care and emphasized how crucial it is to stay in touch with one's health, noting that his mother, who passed away in 1998, had not received the heart surgery she needed. "I know some of you out there are putting off doctor visits or ignoring signs," he said directly to his fans. "I hope my story inspires you to act. You are not alone in this." For Arnold, transparency is more than just a virtue. It is a responsibility. With over 750,000 subscribers to his wellness platform, he sees himself as part of a community where honesty is strength. "There are weights none of us can lift alone," he says, "but together, we can lift the world." And beyond the podcast and film sets, Arnold's life is now filled with the quiet joy of family. He is a proud father of 5, Catherine, Christina, Patrick, Christopher, and Joseph, and now a grandfather, lovingly known as Opa. His days often begin with early morning workouts or bike rides through Santa Monica, sometimes with his children or grandchildren by his side. He teaches his granddaughter Lila how to feed his horses, and together they spend time with the animals that roam his property. Yes, the man once known as the Terminator now finds peace in the presence of pigs, ponies, and dogs. Arnold's recent memoir, Be Useful, 7 Tools for Life, reflects on a philosophy passed down from his father and shaped by decades of trial and triumph. It is not just a motivational guide. It is a window into the wisdom of someone who has lived many lives: immigrant, champion, movie star, governor, survivor, grandfather. "I was never looking for closure," he shares. "I never blamed my father for anything. Life is not about blame, it's about purpose." This, perhaps, is the greatest message Arnold Schwarzenegger has to offer. Not the flexed biceps or box office numbers, not the titles or awards, but the belief that reinvention is always possible and that we are at our strongest, not when we hide our struggles, but when we share them. In a world often defined by noise and speed, Arnold reminds us of the quiet power of consistency, discipline, and self-reflection. He shows us that strength is not just about how much you can lift, but how much you can endure, how deeply you can love, and how far you are willing to grow. So now we ask you, what part of Arnold's story resonates most with you? His relentless ambition, his humility in the face of health challenges, his deep commitment to family and service. Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us celebrate the remarkable journey of Arnold Schwarzenegger, an icon not just of action, but of action with heart. And if you find inspiration in his story, do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more heartfelt tributes to the legends who shape our world. Thank you for being here with us.
Mulholland Drive. His family did not give a cause of death in the announcement, but Lynch had been public about the effect.
David Lynch, a revered filmmaker and artist, was born on January 20th, 1946, in Missoula, Montana. Widely regarded as one of the most innovative directors of his generation, Lynch's unique style of surreal and thought-provoking storytelling has left an indelible mark on both cinema and television. Known for works like Twin Peaks, Mulholland Drive, and Blue Velvet, his films were characterized by their eerie atmospheres, strange characters, and deep psychological themes that challenged conventional storytelling. Lynch's career began in the art world, but it was his breakthrough film, Eraserhead, 1977, that established his distinct voice in cinema. His filmography went on to redefine genre boundaries, with works such as Wild at Heart and The Elephant Man, the latter of which earned him Academy Award nominations. However, it was his creation of Twin Peaks in 1990 that cemented his place in pop culture, captivating audiences with its enigmatic narrative and haunting charm. Despite his success, Lynch faced personal and professional challenges. including health struggles in his later years. In 2024, he revealed that he had been diagnosed with emphysema, a condition resulting from years of smoking. Despite his declining health, Lynch continued to inspire, creating and innovating until his final days. David Lynch passed away in January 2025 at the age of 78. His legacy is one of groundbreaking artistry, fearlessness in creative expression, and a profound influence on generations of filmmakers and artists. He will be remembered not only for his visionary films, but also for his deep, enigmatic approach to storytelling that continues to resonate in the hearts of fans worldwide.
And another death.
Phil Lesh, born on March 15, 1940 in Berkeley, California, was more than just a bassist. He was a musical visionary. As a founding member of the legendary Grateful Dead, Phil helped shape the very sound of rock and roll. He was one of the first bassists to take the lead in a rock band, using his instrument not just as a rhythm section, but as a driving force in the band's expansive, improvisational jams. His bass lines were both powerful and melodic, bringing a rich depth to the Dead's unique blend of folk, jazz, and rock. Phil's contributions went beyond his skillful bass playing. He co-wrote some of the band's most iconic songs like Box of Rain, St. Stephen, and Dark Star. His musical partnership with Jerry Garcia, Bob Weir, and the rest of the Grateful Dead helped create a sound that resonated with millions of fans around the world. In many ways, Phil was the heart of the band, pushing boundaries and exploring new musical territories with each performance. Even after the Grateful Dead disbanded in 1995 following the passing of Jerry Garcia, Phil didn't step away from music. He continued to perform with various offshoot bands, including Phil Lesh and Friends, The Dead, and Further, always keeping the spirit of the Dead alive. Through his music, he remained a constant presence, inspiring new generations of fans and musicians alike. Despite facing health challenges, including a liver transplant and battles with cancer, Phil never stopped doing what he loved. His last performance with surviving members of the Grateful Dead took place in 2015, a fitting final chapter for a man whose music defined an era. Phil Lesh passed away on October 25, 2024, at the age of 84. His passing marked the end of an era in rock music, but his legacy lives on. Through the songs he wrote, the bass lines he played, and the magic he created on stage, Phil Lesh's influence will never fade. His story is one of passion, resilience, and an unyielding love for music, a story that will continue to inspire for generations to come.
Are new, but they'll come true because they're young and
James Darren, a name that once echoed through the hearts of teenage dreamers and fans of timeless television, was a man of many talents, a beloved actor, singer, and director. Born on June 8, 1936, in Philadelphia, Darren became a household name as the iconic Moondoggie in the Gidget films, capturing the essence of surf culture and teen romance. His infectious charm and effortless cool made him a heartthrob for an entire generation. But Darren's journey didn't stop there. He seamlessly transitioned from teen idol to seasoned television star, with memorable roles in The Time Tunnel and T.J. Hooker, showcasing his versatile acting chops. His signature smooth voice also graced the music charts, with hits like Goodbye Cruel World, solidifying his status as a multi-talented performer. Beyond the spotlight, Darren found success behind the scenes as a director, leaving his mark on shows like Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place. Through the highs and lows of his illustrious career, Darren's magnetic presence and warm personality never wavered, making him a beloved figure for fans old and new. He truly embodied the spirit of Hollywood, charming, talented, and eternally cool. James Darren passed away on September 2, 2024, at the age of 88, after battling heart-related health complications. His passing marks the end of an era, but his legacy endures through his unforgettable performances and music. Darren's family and fans remember him as a man of immense talent and heart, whose contributions to entertainment will continue to shine for generations to come.
December, just watch those icicles fall.
Catherine Crosby, the beloved actress and widow of the legendary Bing Crosby, lived a life filled with grace, talent, and resilience. Born Olive Catherine Grandstaff on November 25, 1933, in West Columbia, Texas, Catherine's career spanned over 2 decades, from her early days in Hollywood films to her later roles in television. Under the stage name Catherine Grant, she captivated audiences with her performances in films like The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, 1958, and Anatomy of a Murder, 1959, leaving a lasting impression on the silver screen. Catherine's personal life was just as remarkable. In 1957, she married Bing Crosby, becoming his second wife, and they had 3 children together, Harry, Mary, and Nathaniel. Catherine's marriage to Bing was filled with love and admiration, and after his passing in 1977, she continued to thrive, stepping into the role of a mother and a public figure. She even hosted The Catherine Crosby Show and remained involved in charitable efforts, particularly hosting the Crosby National Golf Tournament. In her later years, Catherine faced significant challenges, including the tragic car accident that took the life of her second husband, Morris Sullivan, in 2010. Despite the hardships, Catherine's spirit remained unbroken. Her legacy, however, is not just in her career, but in the love and wisdom she shared with her family and the countless memories she created with her late husband, Bing. Catherine Crosby passed away peacefully on September 20, 2024, at the age of 90, surrounded by her loved ones. Her legacy lives on through her films, television appearances, and the love she gave to her family. She will forever be remembered for her grace, beauty, and the indelible mark she left on Hollywood.
Back again. She's not a lover, she's just a friend. We're sick and tired.
Angie Stone, a true legend in the world of R&B and soul music, touched the hearts of millions with her powerful voice and unforgettable hits. Born in 1961, Angie began her career in the late 1970s as a member of the pioneering female hip-hop trio The Sequence, who broke barriers in rap with their hit Funk You Up. Her career continued to soar as she transitioned into a solo artist, where she captured widespread attention with hits like Wish I Didn't Miss You from her 2001 album Mahogany Soul. This song became her biggest international hit and cemented her place in the pantheon of great soul singers. Beyond her singing career, Angie collaborated with music legends like D'Angelo, Prince, and Macy Gray. Her contributions as a songwriter were equally impactful, working behind the scenes for artists like Erykah Badu and Raphael Saadiq. Her music, which often blended soul, R&B, and hip-hop influences, inspired countless artists and fans alike. Despite her success, Angie faced personal hardships. She endured health struggles and faced challenges in the music industry as a female artist in a male-dominated space. Yet, through it all, Angie's passion for music remained unshaken, and she continued to perform and create. Tragically, on March 1, 2025, Angie's life was cut short after a devastating car crash in Alabama. She was 63. As a beloved figure in the music world, Angie's legacy lives on through her soulful hits and the many artists she inspired. Her music and contributions to the industry will forever remain in the hearts of fans around the world. Dave Allen, the celebrated bassist of the legendary post-punk band Gang of Four, passed away on April 5, 2025, at the age of 69, surrounded by his loved ones. His passing marks the end of an era for fans of post-punk and the countless musicians who were influenced by his groundbreaking contributions. Born on December 23, 1955, in Kendal, England, Dave's bass lines were a signature part of the Gang of Four sound, known for blending punk, funk, and politically charged lyrics in a way that no one else quite managed. His work on their debut album, Entertainment, 1979, became a defining moment for post-punk, and he was instrumental in shaping the direction of the genre. Can you imagine a time without Gang of Four's revolutionary sound? It's hard to picture the post-punk scene without Dave Allen's iconic bass lines. Despite his early success with Gang of Four, Allen's creative journey didn't stop there. After leaving the band in 1981, he went on to form Shriekback and played in bands such as Elastic Purejoy and Low Pop Suicide. Dave also ventured into the world of music technology, working with Beats Music and Apple Music, further solidifying his impact on the industry. Could you ever have imagined that the same mind behind those unforgettable bass lines would later help shape music technology? However, later in life, Dave faced the challenge of early-onset mixed dementia, which impacted his memory and cognitive abilities. His bandmates, John King and Hugo Burnham, reflected on their fond memories with him, recalling the special moments they shared as friends and collaborators. Their bond, forged over decades of musical adventures, remains a testament to the deep connection they had with Dave, both on and off the stage. Dave Allen's legacy endures through his iconic work with Gang of Four and his influence on the post-punk and music technology landscapes. His creative spirit, unmatched bass playing, and contributions to music continue to inspire musicians and fans alike. What is your favorite Gang of Four song, and how did it influence your journey through music?
No.
I'm in this fantasy world, until reality hits.
David Siegel, the visionary founder of Westgate Resorts and husband to Queen of Versailles, star Jackie Siegel, passed away on April 5, 2025, at the age of 89. Known for his remarkable journey from humble beginnings to building one of the largest timeshare resort companies in the U.S., David's legacy extends far beyond his business accomplishments. He was a self-made man who started his company in a garage, growing it into an empire that stands as a testament to his entrepreneurial spirit and unwavering work ethic. David's family life was equally remarkable. Married to Jackie for 25 years, they raised 8 children together, and their shared bond was evident in Jackie's heartfelt tribute following his passing. "To say we are devastated is an understatement," she shared, reflecting on the joy they had together and the deep love they shared as a family. Their personal journey was marked by both immense success and personal tragedy, including the loss of their daughter Victoria in 2015. David's final months were spent surrounded by the love and comfort of his family as he battled cancer. His son Richard Siegel described his father's last days as peaceful, with the family coming together to celebrate the life they had shared. Jackie expressed solace in knowing that their late daughter, Victoria, was there to greet him in the afterlife, an emotional and moving tribute to the love that bound them all. David Siegel's life was defined by his contributions to the business world and the love he had for his family. His passing marks the end of an era for Westgate Resorts, but his impact on the industry and his family's legacy will continue for generations. Do you recall the talented and beloved Simon Fisher Becker, the actor who captured the hearts of audiences in both Harry Potter and Doctor Who? Born in London, England in 1961, Simon was a versatile actor who brought warmth and charm to every role. Most notably, he played the Fat Friar Ghost in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and the memorable Dorium Maldovar in Doctor Who, characters that endeared him to fans worldwide. Throughout his career, Simon's range as an actor extended beyond these iconic roles. He also appeared in beloved British television classics like One Foot in the Grave and The Bill, and ventured into voice work, lending his talents to Sherlock Holmes and various podcast series. His collaborations with fellow actors were a testament to his ability to connect with others, leaving a lasting impression on everyone he worked with. However, Simon's path wasn't always smooth. In recent years, he faced significant health challenges, including struggles with dementia. Despite this, his passion for acting never waned. His dedication to his craft and the love he received from both fans and fellow actors gave him strength throughout his career. On March 9, 2025, Simon Fisher Becker passed away at the age of 63, leaving behind a legacy that will live on in the hearts of fans and fellow artists. His contribution to the worlds of Harry Potter, Doctor Who, and beyond will never be forgotten. Simon's kindness, humor, and unforgettable characters will continue to inspire and bring joy to all who remember him.
And it's gotten more and more absurd. It's sad.
Breaking news. What happens when one of the greatest performers of our time can no longer see the world the way he used to? Sir Elton John, the legendary British musician known for his electrifying performances and timeless ballads, has spent over 5 decades capturing the hearts of millions around the world. From Rocket Man to Your Song, from sold-out world tours to iconic soundtracks like The Lion King, Elton John has never shied away from the spotlight until recently. Now 77 years old, Elton is in a new phase of life, one where he no longer commands stadiums with a piano and a sequin jacket, but instead focuses on his health, his family, and the enduring power of love. This is not the story of a fading star. It is the story of a man who has climbed every mountain, faced every storm, and chosen peace as his final encore. Born Reginald Kenneth Dwight in 1947, Elton's rise to stardom was meteoric. With over 300 million albums sold worldwide, 5 Grammy Awards, 2 Academy Awards, and inductions into both the Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, his impact on music is unquestionable. But like many artists whose careers span generations, the headlines have not always focused solely on his art. Over the last few years, Elton has faced a series of personal health struggles that have pushed him to the edge, and ultimately, closer to what truly matters. In 2021, Elton sustained a serious injury after falling on a hard surface at his home in France, leading to a significant hip issue that required him to postpone part of his long-running Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour. Determined not to disappoint his fans, he returned to the stage as soon as possible, completing the tour in July 2023 in Stockholm. It marked the end of an era and the beginning of something quieter, more introspective. But it was in 2024 that Elton would face his most emotionally challenging health issue yet. In a deeply personal interview with The Times, Elton revealed that he had completely lost vision in his right eye following a severe infection. "I can see you," he said candidly, "but I cannot watch television or read books. I cannot see my sons play rugby or football." It was a heartbreaking admission from a man who built his legacy on vibrant visuals and powerful performances. Despite the gravity of the diagnosis, Elton handled the news with a mix of honesty and signature humor. At the 2025 Golden Globe Awards, he addressed the whispers directly. "There have been a lot of stories about my vision lately, but I promise it is not as bad as it seems." With a smile, he stood beside fellow artists and celebrated music, showing the world that grace and gratitude can shine even in the most difficult times. In fact, Elton has long turned to humor and resilience in the face of physical setbacks. At the premiere of his new documentary, Elton John, Never Too Late, in October 2024, he offered a heartfelt but lighthearted reflection. Honestly, I do not have much left. No tonsils, no adenoids, no appendix, no prostate, no right hip, no left or right knee. Really, the only thing left is my left hip. But I am still here. It is this mix of vulnerability and strength that defines Elton John today. While his body has changed, his spirit remains as vibrant as ever. The man who once ruled the stage now rules his home, not with a microphone, but with love. Much of that love comes from his family. Elton shares his life with longtime partner and now husband, David Furnish. Together, they are raising 2 sons, Zachary, 14, and Elijah, 12, both born via surrogacy. I never knew true happiness until I met David and became a father, Elton has said. They are my greatest achievement. His health struggles have made family time even more precious. Elton admitted that his children worry about his condition, fearing he might not be there for the milestones in their lives. That reality has pushed him to prioritize his well-being and make the most of every moment. Elton's decision to stop touring was not a resignation. It was a gift. I have done everything I ever dreamed of doing on stage, he shared. Now, I just want to be present. For David, for Zachary, for Elijah. Still, Elton has not turned his back on music. At the documentary premiere, he performed Tiny Dancer to a standing ovation. Music continues to be his lifeline, his way of processing, healing, and sharing joy with the world. I played music even during my darkest moments, he reflected. It kept me going. It always will. In addition to his musical legacy, Elton John remains a leading humanitarian voice. His Elton John AIDS Foundation has raised hundreds of millions of dollars for HIV/AIDS awareness and treatment. He continues to champion LGBTQ+ rights, community health, and global equality, using his platform not for applause, but for action. As for what comes next, Elton has said he will continue creating, advocating, and cherishing the life he has built. But the focus now is clear: love, connection, and reflection. Elton John. Never Too Late is more than a documentary. It is a love letter to a life fully lived. And as it arrives in theaters and on Disney Plus in late 2024, audiences will not just be reminded of Elton John the icon, but of Elton John the man, the father, the husband, the fighter. Elton once sang, "I am still standing, better than I ever did." Today, those words carry even deeper meaning. He may no longer be the rocket man soaring through tours and light shows, but he has landed somewhere just as extraordinary, home. Let us know in the comments how Elton's journey has inspired you. If his story has touched your heart, we invite you to share this tribute, subscribe for more uplifting stories, and continue celebrating the artists who have shaped our world with music, courage, and love.